When you feel calm and full of peace, you no longer need to want anything. Everything comes to you naturally at the right time because you no longer force or wait. You don't calculate whether it will happen or not. Your fears quiet down, your worries fade into the background. Only you remain, simple, clear, and centered in yourself. Now ask yourself this: in what state of mind did you receive the news that made you happiest in your life? Were you wildly chasing after it, trying to control every detail and plan every possibility? Or were you, on the contrary, having let go of everything, simply staying present, peaceful and open-minded while waiting? Most often, our deepest desires come true, not when we obsess over them, but when we free ourselves from them. Because at that point, our energy no longer creates resistance. Instead of rowing against the current, we let the flow carry us. That's when harmony with the universe is achieved. The noise of the mind stops and the voice of the heart is heard. This video was created precisely for that reason. Guided by Stoic philosophy, we will explore how to attract everything we desire into our lives simply by relaxing. We will take a step toward a version of yourself that does not chase life anxiously or forcefully, but lives in harmony with it. And on this journey, what will accompany you is not external circumstances, but your inner stance. But before we dive into the video, let's take the first step that will change everything together. Realize that most of the time, the only thing blocking what you want from coming to you is wanting it too tightly. Now just write this in the comments. I stopped wanting. I am ready to receive. Remember, the first step is to relax, because what you are looking for has already started on its way. And yes, right now, you are exactly where you need to be. If you're ready, let's begin. Let go of control and let the universe work in your favor. Trying to control every detail in your life is actually resisting the natural flow of events, and this resistance disrupts your inner peace, tires you, and wears you down. Stoicism reminds us of a clear truth: we can only control our actions, not the results. When you stop forcing fate's flow, you start following the path life has already laid out for you. Even if you can't see it, there is always a route the universe guides you along. When you try to force everything, you meet more obstacles. But when you learn to trust the flow, things develop at the right time and in the right way. Imagine you have planted a seed today. You prepare the soil and water it, but you can't speed up its growth. Life works the same way. You set your intentions and do your best. Then you must trust the process and let time do its work. This doesn't mean doing nothing. On the contrary, it is the product of conscious and calm effort, free from pressure and expectations. Effective patience is what the Stoics described: acting and waiting for the result with patience. You may not see everything immediately, but if you are on the right path, the steps you take will definitely bear fruit. This patient waiting removes the pressure of constantly chasing rewards and brings you back to the present moment. Trusting the universe does not mean sitting and doing nothing. It means doing your best and then stepping back from the outcome, continuing your path without getting stuck on the result. When you send a message, you cannot control how it will be received, but you can deliver it in the best way possible. Life is just like that. Every action and intention creates a vibration. Maybe not immediately, but when the time comes, that vibration returns to you. Excessive desire for control often stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of losing, or fear of missing opportunities puts us in a battle with life. But this control obsession blocks us from seeing other opportunities the universe offers. Instead of trying to control everything, we need to allow the universe to play its role. Stoicism reminds us that we have no say over the outer world, others' behavior, or the flow of time. But we can manage our reactions, attitudes, and expectations. When you stop trying to control everything, the inner peace you gain is a freedom no other thing can give. True freedom is learning to accept uncontrollable things as they are, rather than resisting them. Even when life seems to be pushing you, maybe your direction is actually changing. Perhaps that obstacle is there to pull you onto a much better path. That's when you realize letting go of control is not giving up or surrendering, but the strongest form of trusting life and working with it. The power of your two inner voices. Have you noticed how deeply what you say to yourself affects your life? Your inner voice shapes not only how you feel, but also how you act and perceive the world. At the core of Stoicism is managing this inner dialogue, because true transformation begins from within, not outside. As Seneca said, the soul is shaped by the conversations it has with itself. This means our inner voice builds not only our morale, but also our character. If you constantly tell yourself you are not enough, that you will fail, or that life is unfair, your mind accepts those thoughts as reality. But this is not fate, because the inner voice is not accidental. It can be consciously directed and transformed. When you start observing your mind's content, you begin to distinguish which thoughts serve you and which wear you down. Think of the thoughts in your mind like a radio playing continuously. If you don't choose the frequency, others' voices interfere. Complaints, worries, old recordings start playing non-stop. But when you stop and consciously change the frequency, you find a clear, bright signal amidst the noise. That moment is when you truly hear your own voice for the first time. Stoics questioned the origin of thoughts, filtered them through reason, and tried to regulate emotions with logic. This is the strongest way to neutralize destructive self-talk. Imagine motivating yourself daily with, "I can overcome this challenge." Your mind starts processing that idea. This is not just a surface-level affirmation, but a guidance that provides mental clarity. Consciously turning your inner voice positive is one of the building blocks of self-discipline and mental resilience. That's why changing the sentences you build inside yourself is vital. Statements like, "I can't," "It's hard," or "This is just how it is," turn into self-fulfilling beliefs over time. Whereas saying, "I can do my best," even once breaks the chain of limiting thoughts and directs your mental energy towards solutions. Another important point is that positive self-talk is not fake optimism, but a realism shaped by awareness. Stoicism does not teach suppressing emotions, but managing and guiding them. When faced with a problem, asking, "What can this teach me?" is not passive surrender, but active inner leadership. The direction of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. Your inner voice is your closest companion. Does your inner voice lift you up or pull you down? And if the answer disturbs you, here's the good news. You can change it right now.